What's up, rockers? Welcome to the final lesson of the A Ukerocks challenge. First of all, let me congratulate everyone who took the time to work on this challenge. You all did great and made fantastic improvements. I enjoyed listening to you rocking out on the ukulele, and I'm looking forward to your riffs. Yes, the goal of today's lesson is to compose, write your own rock riff. You might think this is difficult, but I will break it down for you in a very simple way. Having said that, let's get started. First of all, what makes a good riff? If you Google this, you will find a lot of articles and videos on this topic. Nevertheless, they all share some points. A good riff has to be simple, catchy, and with a solid groove. You don't wanna overcomplicate things, especially for your first riff. So let's try to have these things in mind when composing your own riff. Question number 1. Which notes are you gonna use? Well, in lesson 4, I taught you the minor pentatonic scale for a reason. As I said, a lot of riffs are based on the minor pentatonic scale, and so you are gonna be using the notes from this scale. Remember, you learned the E minor pentatonic scale, and this is the one you will need today. Let's revise it. 3, 4. Going back. Okay, I'm sure you knew it anyway. Of course, don't feel that you must use only the notes from the minor pentatonic scale. You can in fact add notes, or if you prefer, instead of using the scale, simply go by ear. When it comes to writing a riff, you can do this totally by yourself, but I like the challenge of composing a riff to a song. In our case, to a backing track. Imagine this scenario. A friend comes to you with some chords and some ideas for a new song, and you get asked to come up with a riff. What do? First of all, let's start with playing the scale in a creative way. What does that mean? Well, start playing the scale as it is, and after 2-3 times, start jamming using the scale. You can play some bits of the scale and repeat them, or you can try some funky rhythms. Remember, when you do this, if you want, try to include double stops and hammer-ons, since you studied them. Now, let me demonstrate this to you. I will play over the first backing track. In fact, I haven't told you yet, but I decided to provide you with 2 different backing tracks, so that you can choose the one that you like the most. Okay, let's start with the scale. Going back. Let's do it one more time. Okay, let's play the scale in a creative way. And so again. So for example, I stop over here and I repeat it. Not bad. Let's try again. So I got some ideas, but I need to develop them a little bit more. I could try with some double stops, perhaps. Not bad. Alright. Okay, that wasn't difficult, but we don't have a riff yet. Earlier I said that riffs have to be simple and catchy. When you want something simple and catchy, a good idea is to have something short. It's hard to write something memorable when you have too many notes. Now you're going back to playing the scale in a creative way, but this time try to have a different approach. Try to play shorter phrases, and when you find something that you like, stop the backing track and work it out a little bit better. Let's try. 3, 4. That's too many notes. Let's simplify it. Not bad. Okay. Let's try again. 3, 4. And again, let's see. if I can only use these 3 notes, let's see what happens. 2, 3, 4. Let's try and repeat them. Yes, I like that. Again. This could be the first part of my riff. But I actually prefer the rhythm I did before. Yeah, this one. Let's do it one more time. Cool, I like it. So let me take a break from the backing track and let's see if I can improve it. So far we have this. And like I said, this is the first part of my riff. Now, what could I do? Well, I could try to add some double stops, for example. So we would have... Not bad, but perhaps I can change the double stops a little bit. So maybe... Yeah. But the rhythm would be... So all together, 3, 4... Oops. Okay, let's try to play it properly. 3, 4. Yeah. That could potentially be my riff. At this point, I could try to play more with my riff, or if I'm satisfied, I go back to the backing track to see if it works. In my case, let's say I'm happy, so let's play it with the backing track. 3, 4. I like it, and I guess the assignment is done. Of course, if it didn't work, I would have had to go back and fix it. But that's a good thing about using the minor pentatonic scale. It always tends to work. I was working with the first backing track, but as I said, you will have 2 different backing tracks available. Based on the backing track you decide to use, you can draw inspiration from specific bands. For example, the first one is a kind of classic rock backing track, so think about Led Zeppelin, Deep Purple, Rolling Stones. The second one is more like rock from the 90s, so think about Guns N' Roses, Red Hot Chili Peppers and Rage Against the Machine. Having said that, your assignment is to compose your own riff over one of the 2 backing tracks. Remember, it doesn't have to be long, simply play it for 4 measures, and depending on how long your riff is, that might mean repeating the riff 4 times or twice. In the challenge folder, you'll find the 2 backing tracks that you can use to play your riff. By the way, if you prefer, you can even play the riff without a backing track, but I would say try to do it with one of the backing tracks as it will be cooler. You can access the folder from my link in bio if you're watching on Instagram or from the description if you're watching on YouTube. Remember to use the hashtag #ukerocks and mention me in your stories or posts, so don't forget to add a ukulele lovers one. By doing this, I can see your assignments and you'll have the chance to win one of the prizes, a fantastic Kalle solid body tenor ukulele, a lesson with me, or the first edition of my A Ukerocks booklets. I will also reshare your work in my stories and give you some feedback. After today, there will be time to catch up on all the assignments, and then I will draw the lucky winners. But let me say that you all did great and you all learned how to play rock music on the ukulele, so you're all winners. Having said that, I'm looking forward to your assignments and I'll see you soon with some new tutorials. Ciao!